Watch as we pray. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Ashe, Ashe. In fact, I tend to the garden of the mind and the pool of the soul daily, praying ceaselessly with boldness, casting my cares on the provider of all things. The protection I have is truth based in wisdom, mission being to eradicate ignorance. With persistent due diligence, I step on devils. As Holy Breath speaks the straight path to eternal life, whom shall I fear? This is much more than rhetorical acrobatics set to rhythm. Our work is an in-depth analysis into the houses built where the soul resides with precision. As J. Dave says, balance is...
Greetings. I'm Taalik Cox. I had the pleasure of speaking with Taalik, Ibn'rad, and he has a movement / ministry by the name of the Reality Temple on Earth, and I had the pleasure of speaking with him for several hours today, and I think it's only fair that I do a reaction video to the conversation. And the conversation was on various topics, which was basically centered around African quote-unquote consciousness. And he was a real deep brother, very down to earth, very approachable. He didn't carry himself like a know-it-all. Someone you could talk to and really listen to you. It was such an honor to finally meet somebody over the internet that has an ear to listen, and not only an ear to listen, but will take full action on what they stand for. And I appreciated having that conversation with you, and I do look forward to working with you.
But I just love it because, it's always been in my heart. It's always been in my mind, and it's something that I live for. I can't stop doing it. And I just want to share everything with the world. Shout out to the brother Taalik that made the video about supporting me yesterday. Shout out to you. I just want to thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Well, welcome to another edition of Angel Snub Nub 7 video chat. I just want to be casual with us on this particular episode. I want to talk with us just like if we were in the same room. Is that all right? I know for some of you, you would not invite me into your home. You would not invite me nowhere near you. Well, that's good. I'm not talking about you. You stay on the outside. I'm talking about my friends, at least those who like me a little bit, those who can be civil and have respect for difference of opinion. Y'all, many of you, see, look, I am not your slave. I'm not looking for a slave master. I don't want your slave master. I am a free thinker. My mind is 1000% liberated. I know what you're talking about. I'm not interested in being a slave. I'm not interested in those things that which limit my potential. I'm not interested in those things. So I had a person that became very angry at me. Well, not really angry, but I think I'm getting some people confused. I received so many emails and talked to so many different persons. But this particular person told me that my promotion of what I call soul is way off base. There was nothing spectacular about soul. See what I'm saying? There was nothing spectacular about it. You are making something that never existed. Of course, it didn't exist because it was torn down by the racists right in front of your face, because the racists saw what that word soul was doing to the so-called Negro. The word soul, that soul, more powerful than black power, more powerful, soul power, more powerful than black power. In fact, I'm going to tell you, it is only soul power that would give you the respect that you need. Anyway, again, this person was telling me that my view of what soul is, you over-exaggerate things. So I'm listening to a local radio broadcast, and one of the guests on the broadcast, I'm going to, when I get time, I'm going to contact this brother, James Clark. He's the, I guess, the chief executive officer. He's the one he's an activist in the St. Louis area, and he's very active in when it comes to violence in the community and all these different things in the St. Louis area. He heads the organization called Better Family Life. I was listening to him on a radio broadcast, and out of his mouth, this is just not me, out of his mouth, he was saying that the problem is for us, the descendants of slaves born in America having dark skin. Another man is saying the problem is we have lost our soul. And he remembers a day growing up. He remembers a time living. And I remember a time, he remembers a time when in the so-called black community, all this madness that you see right now did not exist. Children could stay out, after midnight or whatever, and you didn't have to worry about, you didn't have to worry about pedophiles and these other monsters running around. All adults looked out for you, not just your parents. All adults, even the drunk in the street, would see you doing something wrong and tell you, hey boy, hey, you better stop doing that. I don't tell your mama, don't tell your daddy on you. In fact, you could mess around and get a whipping from the drunk, get a whipping from your mama and your daddy. So hey, you in bad shape. And families was more together. You had people, 6 or more people in a family. It was about family life, and people would look out for one another, and adults was kind to the children. I remember a time like that. He remembers that time. And we at that time, we did holler black power, but we also said soul power. James Brown was the godfather of soul. Aretha Franklin was the queen of soul. And even until the 90s, you had the funky divas on Vogue. They called themselves the funky divas of soul. But there has been a deliberate attack to destroy our connection to this word soul. Soul placed all of us under one umbrella. The only thing we had to do was manufacture what a soul sister and a soul brother really was. I don't know nobody during that period of time that had a problem with being called a soul brother or sister. You could be a black Muslim, but you had soul. You could be a Hebrew Israelite and still have soul. You could be a Black Panther and still have soul. You could be a Christian and still have soul. Soul was the connection that bonded all of us together under one umbrella. That's what you need. Soul, I don't know what the origins is or how we started calling ourselves the people of soul. The slave master acknowledged that the slave had soul, rhythm. The slave, you guys are really lively. And other people wanted to have soul. And when you think about soul, there's only one people that comes in your mind. That is the so-called African Americanist, the Negro, the black in America. No other dark-skinned people can claim to be the people of soul because it originated and it's us. And what was soul? Soul was just a natural progression of a people learning and coming into themselves because it's natural for you to want to be who you are. Just like you love your mother, just like you love your father, but you are not your mother, you are not your father. You want to be who you are, even though we are family. Now, you might even want to be a carpenter or a lawyer like your mother or a carpenter like your father, whatever. But you don't want to be them. You want your own family. You're going to move out of their house into your own house. Have your own family. Do your own thing. That's what we want to be as a people. I don't want to be of Kemet. I don't want to be an ancient Hebrew Israelite or more. I want to be what I was born to be. I want to be who I am. And we are the people of soul. That's what we named ourselves. That was the natural progression. And we came into this coming from up out of being a slave. A slave that was not taught nothing. But see, nature has a remedy. Nature makes it so that you can come into your own regardless to where you come from. Soul places all of us under one umbrella. I don't know nobody or remember anyone saying they did not or they found it disrespectful or they didn't like being associated with being a person who had soul. And who would not want to be a soul person when soul is nothing but the essence of life, that which is life? Because once the soul dies, then the body dies. That's what that brother on the radio broadcast was basically saying. When we lost our soul, we began to die when our soul was destroyed. How or what caused our soul to be destroyed or lost? In our effort to become successful, because successful in our society means having houses and cars and prestige and college degrees. On the surface, there's nothing wrong with teaching our babies to be successful. However, when your only goal is to praise yourself, your only goal is to uplift yourself, that's where the problem starts. Because then you begin, here you are a living being, you start to fall in love with things. What would happen if the people who were successful that came from the ghetto, what if they took their talent, their success, and brought it back to the ghetto? There's nothing wrong with the ghetto. The only thing you have to do is bring some boards and some nails and then condition the people and have the people so that they can take pride in themselves. There's nothing wrong with the ghetto. The problem with the ghetto is You have a group of people who have lost hope in life. They've lost their soul. And tell me, in religious teaching, what is it that the devil wants from you? The devil wants your soul. I will give you diamonds. I will give you rings. I will give you things, the devil said. All this you can have, the devil told Jesus Christ. Just obey me. Serve me. Give me your soul. There was a time when adult people actually made an attempt not to be vulgar and profane and nasty in front of little children. Nowadays, y'all cuss. You come on Facebook and YouTube, and with all, little children and young adults is reading your writing. Some of you even make videos and you're just cussing and you're profane and you're vulgar and you're nasty and you don't give a damn. But at the same time, you say you want better, but you don't want to do no better. So how is anything going to change when you don't want to change? Success is materialism instead of the love and the care for another human being. That is what spirituality is about. It's your emotional connection to another human being. Not only your mother or father or cousins, but anybody that's around you that is alive. You have no connection to the dead. No matter how much you love mother and father and grandpa and whoever, you will miss them for a few minutes, but life goes on. You only have a connection to somebody else who is alive. But that connection, your soul has been stolen, your soul has been destroyed, and now your connection is not to life. Your connection is to things. Money. Somebody brag, you're just mad because you don't have no money. You don't have a $50,000 car. You don't have a $500,000 house. That's your problem. My problem is I'm not interested. My problem is I love you too much. I love us too much. The only thing I don't want fame. I don't want celebrity. I don't want your dang money. I want us to be liberated. I want you to be free. I want the return of your soul. Give the devil back his silver. Give the devil back his gold. Bring down your life. Bring life back to your body. Get back your soul. And only soul can give you the respect that you need and demand. Because soul brings you unity. Soul will bring you real power under one umbrella. And you can still be a Moor. You can still be a Kemite. You can still be whatever you want to believe in. But you got your soul back.
Brother Ben tuning in. We here at the Malcolm X Festival here with Brother D'Anthony. And I just wanted to get your opinion on what can we do as a people to come together and progress in America.
Well, first and foremost, we have to definitely have a plan of unity. And at the core of everything should be, in my opinion, the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It has been the only thing that has been tried and tested over 80 years of proven success. And until we try that, we're going to continue to fail in almost everything that we do. Everything else is just a Band-Aid over a gunshot wound. We need to actually have surgery, and separation, according to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, is the only solution.
No, segregation is that which is, Mr. Muhammad says that segregation is that which is forced upon inferiors by superiors. Separation is done voluntarily by two equals.
Whew. Alrighty then. I want to make this very quick. I have about 10 minutes and I have a lot to say. So please bear with me. And I would just like to respond to this brother that appeared before me, Brother DeAnthony, I believe, being interviewed by our brother Ben X. I want to just respond very quickly to his commentary. He first begins, and I agree that the so-called Negro, the descendants of slaves born in America having dark skin, the people that I call of soul, I agree with him 1000% that we are in need of unity. However, the reality is, and in my observation, and it's factual, clearly you are not interested. You, black folks, Negroes, Muslims, Hebrew, nobody is interested in unity. I don't know why you keep talking about, oh, we need unity. I've been hearing that since I was a little boy. Black people, we need unity. It does not take a whole lot to unify. You don't want to unify. You don't want to unify. The reason why you don't want to unify is because, just like Brother DeAnthony goes on to say, the core should be about the Nation of Islam. See, that's what it's about. You want your group, your organization, your belief, whatever, you want it to run the show. If you can't run the show, you are not interested in unification. It's all about you. So the core of unity should be based on the Nation of Islam. And that's not going to never happen. You had a good opportunity back in the day, but you blew it. He goes on to talk about it's been tried and tested. Well, a long time ago, fire was tried and tested. And it was proven to be a success. Fire works. Back in the day, fire works good. You can cook food on fire. You can keep warm with fire. Fire works. But we also have the light bulb. We have gas ovens and things of that nature. Propane, butane, methane, whatever. We don't really mess with fire ovens and stoves and things of that nature no more. We had wood tires at one time. We use rubber tires no more. But the wood was tried and tested. But we advanced. We moved forward. Now we have rubber. I don't think any of you would want to drive your car on a piece of wood, a wood tire. It was tried, tested, and it was proven. It was successful. But rubber proved even better. We used to talk to each other on landline phones. Some of us still use landlines, but most people like cell phones. But the landline phones was tried and tested and proven very successful. People became millionaires off landline phones, billionaires. But cell phone proved to be better. The Nation of Islam had success. It was tried. It failed. It was not as successful. You move on and you find something that will work. 80 years of success. What do you have to show for it? You don't have nothing to show for it because it was tried. You had a little success. It's according to what you view success is. I don't know. Some of you, it's always material things. It was tried and it failed. Sorry, Brother Anthony. It was tried and it failed. Then you run around assaulting black folks, murdering black people, and all this other crazy stuff. Do you really think now people really want to get and want that to be the core of unification? No, no, no. You need to sit back and allow new ideas, new creativity, new imagination, new vision, and you sit back in the cut and you help somebody who once helped you. You failed. That's the bottom line. You failed. So at the height of the Nation of Islam, the assets of the Nation of Islam was reported to be like $80 million. That's a lot of money. I don't know how much that would be in today's value. That's a lot of money in the 70s. But you talk about the success of the Nation of Islam, you have Yahweh bin Yahweh, who was based out of Florida, and basically in Florida, they were reported to have assets of $1 billion compared to the Nation of Islam's $80 million. So what does that tell you? And the Nation of Islam and Yahweh bin Yahweh, those I guess they call themselves Hebrew Israelites, tried, tested, and failed, along with many other ideas and organizations. You failed. So when something fails, you either you have to improve it, or you find something better that can take its place, such as in the case of the light bulb taking the place of fire for light and heat and whatever, and rubber tires over wood, and cell phones over the landlines. What exactly did the Nation of Islam do for black folks? Nobody has yet to tell me exactly what the Nation of Islam done. Now, when I look at the civil rights movement, and you don't have to like Dr. King, you don't have to like the nonviolent method that Dr. King used, but Dr. King and his movement, the civil rights movement, actually changed laws. Whether you like it or not, you benefit from the laws that was changed, and the whole judicial system, and how you and I, as colored people, dark-skinned people, the people of soul in this nation, are treated because of Dr. King. The Black Panthers, they created programs where they gave out free lunch to our children and gave our people free medical care, and really was an inspiration for a young boy looking at these men standing up against an oppressor. So I'm looking at the Nation of Islam. What exactly, Brother Ben, what exactly, Brother DeAnthony, what did the Nation of Islam do for black folks? You keep telling me Farrakhan done this. What exactly have Farrakhan done that I benefit, or any of us benefit from? Absolutely nothing except speeches. That's all. Wherever you find religion, the Nation of Islam is religious based, and you want it to be the core of unification. But wherever you find religion all over the world, you will find oppression, you will find exploitation, you will find war. You will find people forcing their beliefs upon others. This is what happens when you allow religion to be the core. You don't want religion to be the core. Actually, you want it as far away from the center as possible. You don't want that to be the core, because everywhere you find where religion is the base, the foundation, where it's the core, the people ain't happy. Because everybody is not going to sit around, and the human being is not going to allow him or herself to be a robot. You're going to have a lot of robots and followers and blind followers or whatever. But the human mind is always evolving. The human mind is always moving forward. The human mind is always thinking. And sooner or later, somebody is going to rise up out of the people and say, something is wrong with that belief. Something is wrong with that religion. Something is wrong with this spirituality. Something is wrong. And that's when religious people, that's when they get to killing. That's when they get to harassing, calling people hypocrites and traitors and all this other madness. So I don't want your unification. I don't want your core. I don't want that type of foundation. We should not want to be part of something that was actually designed to enslave the mind. And wherever you find religious base, religious spirituality, you find people under oppression. You find people exploited under this type of mindset. You want people, you want a nation, only an enslaver wants people who are unable to express their own thinking process. Only enslaver. Only somebody who wants robots. Things change. In nature, nothing stays the same. What was then may not be now. Things are always evolving, moving forward, trying to get better, trying to improve. And you cannot improve having a religious base. You cannot improve. You cannot move forward when you keep the mentality of the people stuck 5,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, or whatever. They cannot evolve. They cannot progress. They cannot move forward. If you want to stay stagnant and have a rigid thinking, that's good on you. But don't try to force that on other people. I'm not going to be, and I'm not interested in slavery. Jot down your comments, y'all. Let's talk about it. Till next time, peace. Just before I get started here, parental discretion is advised. As many of you know, I'm not really a vulgar, profane type of fella. And even when I think I am being vulgar, it's nothing compared to the way y'all talk. Y'all, some of these on social media, very nasty and vile, vulgar type language and attitude. And you know, I'm just not that type of person. So even though sometimes I really would like to go that way because it probably would help bring drama to what I'm talking about, but that's just not me. It's not in my nature to be vulgar and nasty and profane. That's just not me. So again, parental discretion is advised. I want to use this as an example to make a point. The topic is the sexual positions of black folks. Y'all like when we talk about sex, don't you? Yeah. I remember listening to an old Richard Pryor album, and he was talking about how black folks, we love sex, and we got all this we got all this imagination and creation when it comes to sex. And he was giving an example how the man would take the lady and throw a leg this way. Why don't you climb up the wall right here, and I get on a rope and I swing down. And you know, you got to keep the sex alive in your relationship, right? If you can't keep the sex going, if the sex ain't right, then I'm sorry. I thought I love you, but I love sex more than you do. You can have the children. I got to go. This is the attitude that many of us have. We have to keep this sex thing going. You just can't have sexual intercourse. Just let the man get on top of the woman or doggy style or whatever. You got to liven it up. Let's use some grape jelly, some honey, whatever. You got to keep the sex crap alive. You got to bring variety in your life. Let's go to the sex toy store and buy some fake penises and some other crap or whatever. I don't know what it is. I'm not into that. That's many of y'all thing. But I'm just using that as an example to make a point. Richard Pryor in the same album. I don't know if it was the same album. But you know, back in the 70s, at one time, I don't know what it was, but black males, they had a habit of, when they standing, just reaching down and holding their penis. You know, something like what Michael Jackson used to do. You know, when he do his dance, he'll grab his penis. Black man, I mean, not even thinking about it, just grabbed your penis. And Richard Pryor made a joke where these guys was in court, and the judge asked these black guys, hey, why you guys hold your things? and the men said, hell, you done took everything else. Oh, wow. Hell, you done took everything else. So they hold on to the penis so you don't take that. Of course, in this nation, there is a history where black males were castrated. You know, so I guess we have a connection to our penis. You took everything else. Don't take that, you know. You took everything else. So this explains our behavior. This explains our attitude, because since everything else was taken away from us, in most cases, all we had left to make us, to make us feel like a man is our penis. And right now, you have men. The only way they feel like a man is through their penis. How many women I can get pregnant? How many children can I have? You know, it's all about what their penis can do. And that's all. And only because I have a penis, that's the reason why women's supposed to follow me, follow my lead, not because I'm smart, not because I'm competent, not because I'm intelligent, not because I'm brave or anything. I have a penis, women's supposed to follow me. And because I have a penis, all women, I am entitled to have whatever woman that's out there, even though she is out of my league or whatever. I have the penis though. So we're going right back. So this penis thing for men is very important, because it's the only thing that makes the soul brother feel like a man. That's so sad. So the soul brother has to entertain the female by showing off what he can do, what he can do with his penis, the different sexual positions. I'm going to take your baby, grab your butt and put it right here, and throw your leg around here, because that's the only way. He has nothing else. He has no country that he can call his own. The white man runs the country. He produces nothing. The car he drives, he does not make. The food he eats, he does not grow. The only thing he has left is his penis. Oh, that is so sad. Soul brothers, that's all you got left is your penis? Oh, man. So there's a lot of emphasis on the penis. Then when we look at sex in general, you have the male and the female. Y'all got to bring variety to your life. All these sexual positions. And here you are. Now, when you was a teenager or when you was a child, I can understand the curiosity that you would have for the penis and the vagina. Once you get over that curiosity, you know what a vagina is, you know what a penis is. Why does a penis and a vagina hold your attention? What's so spectacular about it? Do it really feel that damn good? I mean, come on, y'all talk to me, because I don't understand it. I have a penis. I've seen a vagina. It's nothing exciting about it. It has no brain. The feelings ain't all that hot and good like y'all trying to make it out to be. It's over exaggerated, and you know what I'm saying is true. But because everything has been taken from you, you concentrate on the penis and the vagina, and you play with the penis and the vagina like you're a child. Like the penis and vagina are toys. You're entertained by toys. The same way you would play with Barbie and G.I. Joe is the same way y'all play with your penis and your vaginas. The same kind of way. Because you have a childlike mentality. Because there's no way a vagina and a penis, something that also excretes urine, something like that. How does, you are supposed to be the most intelligent life form on this planet, how do these things, how does a vagina and a penis get so much attention from you? But we're going back to the sexual positions. Sexual positions mean that you must be creative. You must have some type of imagination in order to do these things. However, when it comes to thinking in general, you are not that way. When it comes to your belief, when it comes to your thinking, you are not fluid. You don't have imagination. You're not creative like you are in the bedroom. You're not like that in your thinking capability. In your thinking capability, you have tunnel vision. You only see things one way. So if your thinking was sex, the only thing you would do is the missionary position. That's all. There is no other sexual positions except the missionary position. That's the way you are with your thinking process. Your thinking process needs to be the same way you look at your sexual escapades. You must be creative and imaginative. You cannot, especially in the condition that the soul brother and sister we find ourselves in, we should not allow ourselves, or we cannot afford to have our minds stuck in a rigid form, stuck and have tunnel vision. When it comes to liberation, when it comes to revolution against a force that is more superior physically than you are, of course, you know you don't have the guns. You don't have the, matter of fact, you don't even have the people. The majority of our people are comfortable, and just like Soul Sister Harriet Tubman said, I freed 1,000 slaves, and I could have freed 1,000 more if only they knew they were slaves. So you have a great majority of soul brothers and sisters who don't even understand they really are oppressed, that they are still enslaved, because they drive a nice little car, because they have a little house, they have different sexual positions. But your leadership, and all of those of you who claim to be awakened, how are you awake when your mind is rigid in thinking? It does not have the sexual positions. You have no creativity, no vision, no imagination in order to progress what you want, of which you claim that you want to be liberated and you want to seek justice. But you have an enemy that you can't fight outright, not really, but you never tried to fight him. So we have, of course, fear. Fear plays a big part of this whole thing. So since you have no imagination, you have no vision, you're not creative like you are in the bedroom, so you become a plagiarist. The only thing you run around is make quotes. So-and-so said this, so-and-so said that. There's nothing that comes from your own mind. You copy, and you are a wannabe of somebody. I'm an Egyptian. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Moor. Somebody, you want to be some copy and be somebody or whatever. Because you have no creativity. You can't imagine yourself. You can't put yourself in a different sexual position in your thinking. So you can't comprehend much of what I say, because much of what comes from this rostrum requires that your mentality, that your mindset, you must be fluid in your thinking. You must look at your thinking the same way you look at your sexual positions in the bedroom, the same type of manner. And your sexual positions will produce a baby. And your thinking process, when you have sex with your mind, will produce a baby. And what is that baby? That baby is something that is brand new. It is something forth from your loins, not from somebody from Egypt, not some Moor from the past or Ethiopian from the past. It comes from your loins. And that's what this ministry represents, is what comes forth from your soul. Nobody else. I'm not interested in what they've done. I'm interested in what we can do. Listen to what I have to say, but I am directing this message to women because you are so special, and your power you really don't understand, and you will never reach your potential unless you have what they call a good husband to take care of you. Whereas he denies himself, where he controls his own feelings because he understands that it is natural and in nature, the female is the most important of the two. You can share equal roles, but when it's all said and done, as far as nature is concerned, nature does not give a damn about how you think or what you believe, how something's supposed to work. Nature does not care, because if you don't work within the laws of nature, then you're going to have problems. And so now, for the last few thousand years, we've had serious problems because the male has taken the leadership role instead of putting his women in front. Like all other animals in nature, we see them do. So when you go against nature, you're going to have and create serious problems. The topic that I've chosen, sisters, oh wow, y'all just so, I hope that you understand. The topic that I've chosen for these few minutes, I'm asking you a question. Some of you, I'm asking you a question. Why does the black woman follow a dumbass man? Your problem number one is that a man or the male, and this is coming from a male. Y'all, you see, I was not born with a vagina. I am a male. There's no doubt about it. But I'm telling you that you make a serious mistake when you allow men to lead. I don't have to argue. I don't have to debate. For the last few thousand years, it is the male. If you have a problem with the world, I wish I could change the world, and or whatever. The world is all messed up. If you ever said these things, you cannot blame women. You can't blame children. You can't blame a goat. You can't blame a gorilla. You can't blame a giraffe. You have to blame men. Regardless, they all have the same history of violence, environmental destruction, slavery, rape, and all of them. I don't care, black, Caucasian, they all, when you put men in position, this is what you get. And then they fight amongst each other, conquering one another. And then the women, the females, are called booty. They are the prize. One male kicks another male in the backside, and he gets his women's booty. It's called booty. Any benefit, Any prize you get from conquering another man is called booty. And when it comes to females, we love booty, don't we? We keep women's booty in our face all the time. And this is another reason why men are not proper to lead, because they can't get their minds off the booty. And since you can't get your mind off the backside, it interferes with proper leadership. And when you look at the history, y'all call these men so great. I don't see nothing great about them. They had inappropriate thinking because their minds was caught up in booty, controlling the booty, controlling the women when they should have been trying to make humanity better, bring a better life to their people. They more involved in showing off in front of other men how much booty I can get. So you make a mistake allowing men to be your leaders. But if you're going to allow the man to lead, then you must demand of him that, especially for the black woman, the soul sisters, your man needs to secure land and resources, put you in a house, give your children education, and all the things that we need in order that we expect to live. He does not live with another man like this black man, this soul brother is doing right now. He don't live with the very same man that had chains on him a few hundred years ago. That don't even make any sense. How can you call yourself a man living in another man's house? In fact, when your sons, when your children get to a certain age, you expect them to leave. How long is it going to take for you and I to get the hell out of another man's house? But you would kick your children out of your house because they are mature enough. Oh, maybe we don't do that to the mentally disabled, the elderly. Is that your problem? You are mentally disabled? You don't like that word retarded, but some y'all sound you sound retarded. How can you call yourself a man and you want these black women to make babies, but you don't build a nest? You make the babies and there is no nest for that woman to put her eggs in. You building a nation and you're having all these babies, but there is no nation. So the only thing you're doing is making more slaves for the slave master in this country that you're living in. And then you don't protect nobody. This man's supposed to protect. He does not. He does a very sad. In fact, he does not protect the soul woman at all. Then you wonder why she does not respect you. You wonder why you're treated the way that you are, because you offer, what is it that you have to offer except your penis? So clearly, there's a problem with having this male as a leader. You should not be following these dumbass men. They don't even, these dumbass men don't even live up to the criteria they make for themselves. Clearly, you don't expect a lot out of them. And I want to say this in conclusion. Here you are, a woman. You give birth. When a woman gives birth, do you give birth to a 30-year-old man? Ooh, I just had a baby, and the baby is 30 years old already. That's not how it works. When a woman gets pregnant and she has a baby, she brings new life onto this planet. That life is brand new. Brand new. The life comes from the woman. The baby is also part of the man. The baby is a new life that comes from this man and the union of this man and this woman. But the baby, since the baby was formed with the mother, it has more of a connection to his mother, his or her mother. I don't want to call our children its, our babies, come from the mother. It's expected. But now, you follow a dumbass black man, you bring onto the planet a new life, and you want to teach this new life about the past. You are an Egyptian. You are an ancient Hebrew Israelite. You are more. How? It doesn't make any sense. Can you see how retarded this man that you follow, that you fallen in love with? This sounds retarded. How can you bring into new life just to take the new life back into the past? A past you never lived. Your man did not live in Egypt. Your man, you and your man did not live. You were not ancient Hebrew Israelite or more, or none of this other stuff. You was never that. You want to go back 5,000, 3,000, 2,000 years back into the past. This is what you want to do to brand new life instead of moving forward. Your man has no vision. Your man is not creative, except he wants to show his penis off in the bedroom with you, but he has no vision. He has no imagination. He's not creative. And you love him, and you know he's screwed up. Some of y'all love this poor black man out of sympathy. You feel sorry for him. Yeah, I see. Yes, you do. You feel sorry for him, and you want to try to make a man out of him. How are you going to do that when you are allowing him to take your babies back to the past? A brand new baby should be moving forward. You love him because some of y'all get pregnant because the guy had a good rap. He knows how to come up to you, hey baby, this and that, you sure looking good. And he knows how to talk, and maybe he got a fancy car, turn you on. He got a good rap. But a lot of guys that have a good rap don't mean you no good. They rap just enough to get you in the bedroom, and then they are gone. They don't mean you any good. So you have all these so-called leaders or leader wannabes. They have a good rap, but they're not going to lead you nowhere. They want to get you pregnant and go on to the next one. Because for them, actually being a man is what you can do with your penis.